feel it. Nothing can save ya, cause this is the season of funky behavior. I came to relax your mind, you can recline. On what? On this here rhyme. I like the style, I'm staying for a while. It helps me show cats that I'm versatile. I'll touch your dial, turn your frown to a smile. I'll make you feel like you're having a child. So relax and open up, child. I'm about to make you walk what? Pimp style or pimped out style. You don't understand the logic. See, if you don't have it all, I'll take a deposit. I got shit for you, it's alright indeed. It's like going to the garden and planting the seed. It might tickle for a second, but it won't bleed. So just relax, just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax and just hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just entertainment at the same time, edutainment. In other words, you could call it bent. What I'm saying is that I'm here at your service. It's hard work, but then again, I deserve this. I'm helping people enjoy their spare time. I'm like an instructor when I'm doing my rhyme. Relax and just hear the dope track. It's really not all that, it's not like a gag. We like that when everything is relaxed and chill. You don't have to get fucked up or take pills, cause I like being myself, it feels good. Yo, it makes my meals taste good. 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 So just relax. Here's your dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax and hear a dope track. The vibes is real nice, everything is real fat. You don't have to do work, we do that. It's the type of place where you can wear your hat. Just relax. My mind state, now balloon, it won't inflate. Just take the buzz, this much wiser kid, fuck the shade. And take it to a lower level, and dig a ditch for a devil. Got some more kids and pass the shovel. Dig a hole, take them on a spiritual roll. Lyrics unfold, either that or unroll the scroll. Episodes keep reoccurring and stifling. People's vision get blurring, their hearts start murmuring. I'm
Check
about
1, 2,
5
1,
times
2, 1,
iller than
2.
a Sherman. The introspection is
Here we
God's
go.
gift to the
All right,
lyrical
back at it again. It is the 31st of March. What is it? 1632 Central European Time. That would make it noon. That would make it noon Eastern Standard Time, America. Yeah. So look, let's just get right into this. Actually, there's never enough time when I'm doing this, but check it out. As of yesterday, the news is in that, or in the last 24 hours, you could say 30 hours, the news has been in, which is a bombshell news, that Charlie Kirk, essentially Charlie Kirk, the bullet that they found at the scene or something like that does not match the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk. Like the one from the gun does not match the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk. This is what they're saying now. And, from the beginning, this has been a really weird situation because, I covered this like last year when the shooting first happened, and everything about the shooting seemed weird. Everything about the shoot. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, yo. The bullet does not match. The bullet that they found the one that hit Charlie Kirk does not match the bullet from the gun. It's just not it, right? That's what they're saying now. And, but everything about this case was off and crazy. First of all, the young man, whoever that was, the man on the roof, whoever that was, I'm sorry. And let's just start off with the security. The security, I said, very simple. It makes no sense. You can't send a person like Charlie Kirk around the country to universities and places like this and not have better security. There was almost zero security there, like none, almost like they pulled security off of the place. And I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly what I said, like, because I don't want to say everything, but look, anybody who has worked in security work before, right, knows that you, first of all, have to have a perimeter. You got to have people around the perimeter. You got to have it so when a shooter runs, he's still inside the perimeter. That's what you have to have. You got to have eyes on the places around at a distance, places where a shooter could be. That's where you got to have your eyes. And you got to have snipers. If it's that far off, you got to have snipers looking at places even further off, whatever it is. But at least on the ground, you got to have the perimeter covered, right? Yo, there was no security on that damn university. There was like none. This dude took forever. Whoever it was on the roof, and I'm not saying it's not this guy, but apparently the person on that roof was not the fastest person running. And it took him, we counted it. I did a live and we counted every second it took him to get across that roof, get down off of that roof. This guy was no professional. And then across the grassy knoll, over to the sidewalk where he walked and was just walking. They had, if there was any type of security or that if they had any perimeter, the guy would have been caught right then and there. It tells you a lot about what was going on with the security from the start. But in any case, let's listen to what Legacy Media says. And then if necessary, I will revert back to what I was saying, the clips of what I was saying last year about this shooting. So let's see.
Developments in the case of Charlie Kirk.
Big up everybody for showing up too. Click the like button, please, when you come into the stream. If you're just watching, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Alleged assassin. Now remember, Tyler Robinson is accused of killing the right-wing activist at a campus event last September. But now his lawyers claim the fatal bullet may not match the gun allegedly used in the crime. Carter Evans has that story.
It's been nearly 7 months since conservative political activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed during a Utah Valley University campus event on September 10th last year. Now, attorneys for Tyler Robinson, the man charged in Kirk's killing, are asking to delay his preliminary hearing to review a mountain of material they say could help his defense. In a new court filing, the defense claims in an ATF report summary that the agency, quote, was unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson.
Doesn't mean that those bullets aren't the same or that they aren't connected. It just means there isn't enough evidence there to come to a conclusion.
Okay.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica.
Let me see that one more time.
Quote, was unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that those bullets aren't the same or that they aren't connected. It just means there isn't enough evidence there to come to a conclusion.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson says this is not unusual.
It is sometimes difficult to match bullets that were recovered at autopsy with bullets that are associated with a defendant's gun. And that could be based on lack of evidence and lack of markings on those bullets.
Robinson has been charged with aggravated murder in Kirk's death. He has not yet entered a plea. Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty.
Robinson hid the gun and told his roommate to delete incriminating text messages.
Prosecutors allege Robinson admitted to killing Kirk in those text exchanges.
Roommate, you weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson, I am. I'm sorry.
Prosecutors also say they have DNA evidence that connects Robinson to the killing. Levinson says the inability to conclusively match the bullet won't necessarily damage the prosecution's case.
The prosecution has other evidence to rely on. This does not completely undermine their case.
For CBS Mornings.
All right. So there's a clarification right there. Okay. They're saying that that's typical, that's or not unheard of, that often can happen in a murder case, that the fragments don't match or they can't get them to match the gun. Let's see who else is reporting on this. Let's see here. 2 seconds. Also, let me pull up Gemini and see what Gemini said here. 2 seconds about the updates on this case. Boom. Do I have this here? Yeah. Okay. 2 seconds. All right. All right. Let me see him. Let's go. Boom.
Moving on, a startling new twist has now emerged in the case surrounding the death of Trump ally and conservative commentator Charlie Kirk. Defense attorneys representing the alleged gunman Tyler Robinson have claimed that fatal bullet...
First of all, does his wife ex-wife or whatever. I don't even know the status of her. His widow. Does she act right? Does she behave like a person? No judging. I'm not judging. I'm just asking you. Of course, I don't think it does. To me, it seems like someone, when this happens, and you don't trust the government, right? Isn't that what they kind of saying, or something else? I don't know if I would react the way she was reacting. But then again, let me know what you think about that.
Does not match the rifle linked to their client, also adding that an analysis conducted by a federal law enforcement agency was unable to conclusively connect a bullet fragment recovered during the autopsy to the weapon, which was found near the scene. The defense has also requested the delay of the preliminary hearing scheduled for May this year, arguing that they need additional time to review a substantial volume of evidence, including the bullet analysis that could support Robinson's case. The defense has also said that they will use the agency's analysis to clear Robinson of blame during the preliminary hearing. However, prosecutors are now aiming to seek death penalty for the accused, who's charged with aggravated murder, adding that the DNA is consistent with Robinson's and it was found on the trigger of the rifle, the fired cartridge casing, and the 2 unfired cartridges. Remember, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson was arrested days after Trump aide Charlie Kirk was fatally shot at on stage before a large crowd at an event in September last year. Authorities said that Robinson was turned in by his father after he allegedly confessed to carrying out the attack.
Right. Yeah, his dad did turn him in, actually, and allegedly confessed. But what do they mean by allegedly? Where's the confession? Is the father? That's what it comes down to. Is the father confessing? Is he saying this, or is someone else saying that he confessed? Or if he doesn't testify to it, then it doesn't matter. So let me see here. It says the legal proceedings, the death of Charlie Kirk, are currently centered on the prosecution of Tyler Robinson, the 22-year-old man accused of the fatal shooting. As of March 31st, 2026, here are the latest updates. All right, recent court developments. Ballistic analysis results just today. Court filings revealed that an analysis by the ATF could not conclusively link the bullet fragment recovered during Kirk's autopsy to the rifle found at the scene. Okay, while the defense plans to use this as exculpatory evidence, prosecutors maintain that the DNA evidence found on the rifle's trigger and casing connects Robinson to the weapon. But what if all of a sudden you find out there's blood analysis and there's some motherfucking, excuse my language, but O.J. Simpson, the detective, they don't collect the blood properly, or the blood had been roaming around for... I hate to add on to that conspiracy too, but that was real about that. That really happened. That's not even part of the conspiracy. It happened. So blood analysis, DNA, is not always collected properly. So, but in any case, I'm going to go over to Candace and see what Candace is saying about this shit, because she has been on this. And if anybody is, has all the different forms of conspiracies down, or can pick the top conspiracy, it's likely her. Right. I don't normally do this, but let's see here. I can do some conspiracies, but this one, now, don't get me wrong. I think it is strange, and it's not even this. From the very beginning, I thought this was strange. I just don't understand it. Either people are not aware of the power of hate and what hate draws out. Just think about that. If you're going from town to town, it doesn't matter if you think it's freedom of speech and you're perfectly fine with it. To not be aware that there's loads of people that feel the opposite about the things Charlie Kirk was saying, and it enrages them, that is ignorant also. Not saying people should do that kind of stuff, but to be unaware that this language enrages other people who it's targeting, that's wrong. And I just thought it was so weird that the security was so lapsed. I just don't understand it. How can you go town to town to town, almost trying to piss people off? Because Charlie Kirk may not have seen himself that way, but from the outside, I definitely saw Charlie Kirk like that. Like, he's at the risk of pissing people off in the most basic ways. He's like doing, research for himself to learn. He's debating whether these weird bigoted comments have a place in society, or if you can prove them wrong. Man, get out of here. No one's trying to prove this shit, these old ass tropes wrong anymore, man. Get over it. Move past it. You should have learned. And if you don't know, it's the fault. If you don't know, these are all racist tropes, misogynistic tropes, these things Charlie Kirk was saying, man, your school system failed you, yo. Like, damn. Like, really. But in any case, the defense request for delay, citing the inconclusive ATF report, and the enormous amount of discovery material to review, Robinson's defense team has filed a motion to postpone the preliminary hearing originally scheduled for May 26th. I would do that too. Shit, goddamn. This is the death of a major figure, a political figure, you could say, quote unquote, right? Even though he was just a commentator, right? It's a political, assassination. So I would postpone it. I mean, I don't see why it has to be rushed. He's still presumed innocent. You see what I mean? And why wouldn't the public want everyone to be prepared just to make sure that it gets done correctly? I don't know what the problem is there. I mean, all he's going to do is spend more time in jail. He's not like he's going to walk free. So unless he's proven innocent. So unsealing of the documents on March 13th, fourth district judge Tony Graff Jr. ruled against the defense efforts to keep certain court documents private. Okay. So they made a motion to keep certain court documents private, the defense. Okay. The judge found that the match of information was already in the public sphere and that unsealing them would not unfairly prejudice a jury pool. Okay. I wonder what information that is exactly. Let me see here. Maybe I should pull that up also. Yeah, I will do that. Now, let me see. What else is there to it? Case background. The incident, Charlie Kirk, the co-founder of Turning Point USA, was fatally shot on September 10th, 2025 during the outdoor rally at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. Okay. Charges. Tyler Robinson is charged with aggravated murder with a victim targeting enhancement. Okay. That just means an upgrade of the charges or the time or whatever. Prosecutors have announced their intention to seek the death penalty. Okay. I don't think they should do the death penalty, to be honest. And the reason why I say this is because if this is the correct guy, right? The bottom line is he's 22 years old. He was raised in a state with, that allows you to teach kids how to use assault weapons. Very simple. It's very simple. I mean, he grew up with assault weapons in his hand. His father put it in his hands, or maybe not literally, but promoted the use, gave agency to it. So I just think it's wrong. I think that's the problem right there. If anything, the rudimentary problem is that you're teaching people to use guns against people. So assault weapons. Not in defense necessarily. Assault weapons in defense. We're not talking about a handgun. We're talking about anyway. Evidence beyond the contested ballistic. Prosecutors allege Robinson sent a text to his roommate regarding a note where he expressed a plan to take out Kirk. They also claimed Robinson made statements implying his involvement to a family member. Okay. Well, in conspiracies, guess what? It's always this way. There could be multiple people involved. There could be a fall guy involved. I'm just saying, going down this, what's happened in the past, right? There could be, or what's been said of conspiracies in the past. There could be a fall guy that he might hate Kirk, but there could be somebody else who is using that as cover, that's aware of the fall guy's existence, that's aware of what the fall guy is going to do, and then goes out and does it because the fall guy doesn't have much experience in this. You see what I mean? And this is interesting because even the dude that took a shot at Trump didn't have much experience. I mean, he was good maybe, But experience-wise, no. But how did he get weaponized? Was anyone else aware that he had been weaponized? Was anyone else aware of his sentiments about Charlie Kirk? Was anyone else aware of his, communications about his views of Charlie Kirk? I mean, who knows? Did anyone else encourage him to do it? You see what I mean? Like, that people aren't aware of right now. And a 22-year-old person, I think for all those factors, probably better to not seek the death penalty, because once he's dead, he can't say anything. He can't talk about his experiences. You can't interview him anymore. Nothing. It's pretty much done. April 17, 2026, an evidentiary hearing is scheduled to determine whether, okay, that's a month from now, or that's 2 weeks from now, pretty much. Yeah. To determine whether the media will be allowed to use cameras and microphones during the future proceedings. That's going to be a big day, the 17th. So look out. For the sake of podcasters, yeah, we hope that it's going to be televised. and for the sake of the public, why can't the public know? Since the public was so invested in Charlie Kirk, I believe the public should have a right to watch it. Very simple. The public was invested in Charlie Kirk. People, at least the people that claim they love Charlie Kirk, should want this to be televised. That's what I think, and everybody else, since it's a matter of national interest, I think that's enough. When it's a matter and can affect people across the board in any way, I think it should be televised. Okay. May 20, 2026, a preliminary hearing is currently on the books, though this may be pushed back if the judge grants the defense recent motion for a delay. Okay, okay, so there you have it. So let me go back to what's going on here. Let's see.
Attorneys representing the man accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk last September, they're trying to get his court date pushed back.
Attorneys for Tyler Robinson say they need more time to prepare their defense and that the prosecution has not shared all of the relevant evidence in the case. They say that ATF has yet to identify the bullet that actually killed Kirk. They also are asking to ban cameras from the trial, arguing high media interest is prejudicial to their case. Further arguments are scheduled.
Yeah, what's up, Wayne? What's up, Dylan? Okay, Rafika. Yeah, Vinny, what's up? What's up?
For April 17th.
Patrick, what's up?
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty against Robinson. He's set to enter a plea May 18th.
April Love. April, what's up, April? All right, yeah, April, I hope you got my message. You're in the Discord connection now, so just so you know that, so you'll be able to hop up. You won't have to spend too much time configuring anything. All right, let's go on and see what else. Is this it right here? See what else is going on here. Is it this one? Oh my God, this is too much. Yeah, this is how YouTube is. I don't want to get a membership to YouTube, but I might have to avoid all this.
Way I can start to get my mind to figure out where they were arrested. Let's go.
Wow, look at that.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Just give him a little taste.
I mean, so you can see this guy was very well liked, or he was very popular, and that's what I mean. When you have this many people that like you and you're talking about politics of the nation, whether you agree with him or not, I think it's proper to make sure that it is televised live, especially in these days, because people fucking do not trust this government at all. People don't trust Donald Trump. And you see Erica Kirk, she didn't make that look any easier. She didn't make it seem like, I don't know. She just didn't seem like a person that was really that concerned about her husband's death. And then what came out about her later, it's like, it just didn't fit the message they were trying to sell to people, the wholesome, girl. Now she been with many a man, and not to say she should be judged by that, but I'm talking about in sequence. Charlie Kirk wasn't her first love affair that was promoted on the internet. That's all I can say, you know. Yeah, Big Drewski. Oh my God, man. I mean, everybody is tripping on how fake his wife looked. You know, I mean, it just, I don't know. She makes the strangest facial features and shit, like she's about to cry, but you can't get a tear out of them eyes, man. That was it. Yeah, that was Charlie Kirk. Okay, let's see what else. Now this is This is iHip News. I've had it podcast. Let me see what they're talking about here. If they got any other evidence that news that hasn't come out about it yet. They're pretty thorough. So let's see.
Trump's approval rating is at 33%. Kylie popped this up. President Trump's approval sinks to 33% in new UMass poll. And this is before a lot of these gas prices and TSA are really factored into the polling. The economic impact that his war is going to have is going to hit some of these triple Trumpers in a way that they were always able to justify voting for this man because they value money over human beings. They value individualism as long as I'm doing okay.
Oh, yeah. All you had to do was invest in oil the week before this war, and you would have cleaned up. I made the mistake of not doing that. I'm gonna be honest, and that's sad. I was too busy podcasting to even go in and just look for some good oil stocks to buy, and I fucked up. I gotta admit, I fucked up, but I should have, because you would have cleaned house. This run right here is basically better than the gold run of this year. You know, when Trump came into office, the gold just boom, boom, just kept going up because the dollar kept going down, right? But this oil, you know, if you didn't cash out quickly enough on the gold thing, I mean, it's still up compared to where it was before Trump came in office. But if you didn't cash out before this oil thing came in, well, the oil thing did the exact opposite. It made the US dollar, you know, become more secure. Right, because of all the money they're making off of oil now, and you're not making that money off of gold. It's just sitting there. It's hovering, but oil is like through the roof right now. Man.
I don't care what my neighbors are doing over collectivism, and this is a cancer in the United States. So we're at 33
chickens and toilet paper. All right.
Now, there's no way. There's no world in which this approval rating starts to go higher. The dementia is escalating. The gas prices are up. Inflation is up. He's got 50,000 troops over in the Middle East. And historically, Americans do not bode well in immoral and illegal wars in the Middle East.
Yeah, people are pissed off now. But I mean, what can you do about it? Because he's already done it now, and he's there. And look, Congress is not doing a goddamn thing about it. See, the key is it doesn't matter what it does matter what the American people think. But if Congress is not willing to stop Trump, which they are the only ones that have the authority at this point to stop him, Congress and the Senate, he can do whatever he wants, basically.
I was just looking that they're talking about running out of fuel for airlines. And you think about Trump went in, he did all this, no plan. You have gas soaring. He wants to talk about, he's doing all this great things with economics. He's manipulating the stock market, trying to keep it above water. How long before Wall Street's like, he's just full of shit? I mean, I can't believe they continue to fall for it. But these people are going to feel it in their 401ks and in their portfolios, and it's coming.
Well, we know that the stock market is being propped up by what's called the Magnificent Seven, which are these AI companies.
Yo,
and
6 cents. How you doing? I see you.
A Ponzi scheme where they are trading trillions of dollars back and forth. And there's an AI bubble, much like there was a tech bubble and other bubbles in the past in the stock market. The stock market is already in.
Angelo says none of these polls are legitimate. Angelo, what poll is legitimate? Help people out since you know, do you know any poll? Or do you mean none of these polls are legitimate? You mean all polls? no matter who says them, are illegitimate. Is that what you mean? Let folks know what you mean. If you have a poll that you think is legitimate, tell people what it is so we can analyze it.
Indicating inflation, the impacts of the war, but other
yeah. Who the hell? Look, Dylan said can't eat toilet paper either. Exactly, you can't eat toilet paper either. And if you eating chickens, you gonna need some fuel to heat them damn things up, yo. You gonna eat chickens raw and shit? What the fuck? I hope you got some form of energy to spark that fire, man. But in any
leaders
case,
of other nations don't live in this American media ecosystem where the news is suppressed. And they are saying the impacts of this war are massive. Just this morning, Trump has some nonsensical tweet. If you want the Strait of Hormuz open, Britain, go get it. Go get it, big boy. And it's just nonsensical dementia. He is always going to be the way he's going to be.
Yeah, Trump is moving the goal bar now. Like, he had goals when he started this war. Now he's like, it's up to everybody else if you want it open, you know. And that almost leads to show you, it's kind of like projection. It shows you that, it tells me that Putin, Trump, and Iran don't mind a war. I mean, is this war turning out bad for Iran? What if you're Russia? Is this war turning out bad for Russia or Iran? I don't think it is, outside of the death, because you're achieving strategic goals that without this war you would not be able to achieve. Number one, you're getting rid of American personnel on the ground. You're closing embassies. You didn't want those embassies open. You want those embassies closed. They're achieving that. They couldn't achieve it in peacetime. So a war achieves that. Number two, you're getting rid of American military, power, little hubs that are around in different parts, strategic places. You're knocking that shit down. You're making the U.S. have to use energy, use personnel to put things like that back up so that maybe they can only get shot down again. So it's a stalemate on that. But while you're having a stalemate and while you're kicking out American personnel, civil personnel off the ground, you're actually making more money off of your oil than ever before. Iran is. So if your goal was to fuck with the regime, you didn't fuck with the regime. You fucked with the people, hoping that they will be able to rise up or that they won't flee to another country. No, this is going to be a refugee crisis. They're going to flee to another country. I mean, that's not said it. That wasn't what the U.S.'s goal was, intended goal. They said they want to remove the regime. Okay, well, if that was the goal, you haven't accomplished it,
What's important here is these oligarchs have signed on to fascism. The people who were funding this fascism isn't Donald Trump. It's
Right.
the richest people in the United States of America that have benefited from all of the loopholes and all of the double dealings that this country allows billionaires to manipulate. And this is something that kind of broke last night, and I'm cautious about reporting on it. The Daily Mail broke it, and I wanted to find a better source. And the Associated Press is reporting the following. Pop this up. Lawyers for man accused of killing Charlie Kirk asked to delay preliminary hearing. And here's my take on this. Number one, they're saying that the ATF
Seattle, what's up?
100% identify the bullet with the gun that Tyler Robinson used. This is not that strange. These bullets explode. So that in and of itself is not that
True.
big of a deal. I think the larger issue with the FBI and the investigations into this, I mean, clearly Tyler Robinson was there on a roof with a gun. I'm not some.
Yeah, he was
crazy
there. He was there. He was there. Although, how did he get away? How was he allowed to escape the scene? I mean, that's what I wonder about. Like, how was it? Was it so hard and difficult to stop him from leaving the scene? I mean, this guy was no O.J. Simpson. He was not hopping down off that building fast. He wasn't getting across that grassy knoll fast. He wasn't even getting across that roof fast. So, to me, it seems like there was a serious lapse in security. Why that happened there on that day, I have no
conspiracy
clue.
theorist. He clearly was raised in gun culture, and
Yes, he was.
MAGA world where people tend to be emotionally stunted and have ensuing psychological problems, as you can see from the President of the United States and his offspring, the ensuing psychological problems of being raised in this type of cult have. But what is of note to me in this is the lack of media intrigue.
She just went hard on MAGA and gun culture, the whole culture, the right-wing culture. Let's see.
I'm not some crazy conspiracy theorist. He clearly was raised in gun culture in MAGA world where people tend to be emotionally stunted and have ensuing psychological problems, as you
check.
People tend to be emotionally stunted and have ensuing psychological problems, as you can see from the President of the United States and his offspring.
And his own offspring.
The ensuing psychological problems of being raised in this type of cult have. But what is of note to me in this is the lack of media intrigue in Tyler Robinson.
That is it. The media is not interested in this guy at all. The legacy media, it's almost like it's hands off. Even Fox News, it's almost like it's hands off. Look, this guy, this happened last year. There's been no immediate follow up on it. Now maybe this bullet thing might cause the media to have to react. Even me, I didn't react to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of know, like, all right, well, the bullet, yeah, that's one thing, but who knows? If it's real, then we'll find out in a couple of days anyway what's really going on with this story. But the fact that Fox Media is not concerned about this murder, is it a conspiracy? Why wouldn't Fox News be interested in a conspiracy theory about Charlie Kirk, their darling individual, the person that they held as a champion of Americanism, right? What their ideals of Americanism is, they just kind of said, fuck it, the man's dead, out of here. After they championed him and fought for him the whole time, they're like basically ignoring him.
It kind of reminds me of the kid that, assassination attempt on Trump. And
yep, young people, exactly that story. They're not interested in that story either. Have you found out? Has there ever been a follow up on this kid? Like, have they ever found out new information about the kid who took a shot at Trump? Have they? No. In Pennsylvania? Any more follow up? Not really.
This is not the media that I'm used to in the United States. They're always gangbusters in on everything.
Exactly. So it kind of says, like, it gives the environment, it's giving the feeling like something's not quite right. Why is the media not interested in these things? Look, if your political opponent killed your political hero, wouldn't you be all over it to find out what happened? Wouldn't you? That's not what's going on here in the United States, though. That's the thing.
And something about the whole thing with the bullets, somebody engraving in the bullets, always didn't pass the sniff test for me. But this is interesting. This could be a leak to the Daily Mail by the defense to start. And this is what the defense should do. They should rigorously defend Tyler Robinson, every single detail. Now, Kash Patel, there are reports that he wouldn't get off his private plane to go conduct the investigation until he had an FBI raid jacket on.
Very believable. Very believable. Now that we have the leaks from Iran about Kash Patel, that's very believable. He doesn't seem like a serious person at all.
And he's so small in stature that they had to go borrow one from a petite woman to give it to Kash Patel for him to go
Oh, shit. I mean, yeah, that's why I like this podcast. I've had it news. This is crazy. But yeah, she's spot on. The news media is not on any cases. There's no follow-up of any of these shootings by major or legacy media. It's almost like a hands-off approach. It's like, they got their guy, let's be quiet now, story, case closed. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see here, what else they talking about.
Woman to give it to Kash Patel for him to go go out to do his job. So a lot of these things, the defense is going to have a pretty good case because of just the incompetence of Kash Patel and the DOJ and the FBI in general under Trump. I mean, this would be like Pumps and me running the FBI. It's worse. We'd do a much better job.
Yes, we're much better investigators. The through line between the alleged assassination attempt and Tyler Robinson's arrest is that state officials were completely shut out. There is no information from the independent investigative branches of the places where these events occurred. Tyler Robinson's through line between the alleged assassination attempt and Tyler Robinson's arrest is that state officials were completely shut out. There is no information from the independent investigative branches of the places where these events occurred. Utah has been cut out. Same with the alleged assassination attempt. So, of course, that raises questions in my mind. Just as to what you were saying, why are there so many inconsistencies? Why, when we see Alex Preddy and Renee Good shot on video, have those investigations been TikTok, the game is locked?
Exactly. They go into their background. They go into everything about anything that's available, any fucking thing. But when it comes to the people that shoot, like Charlie Kirk, even Trump, it just shuts down all of a sudden. You don't know, you don't have the right to know more about them. They won't legitimize any information about them after the shootings. You know, it's just kind of like they're told not to, or I don't know. Yeah, maybe it is legacy media, though. So you can kind of see they're with the corporate structure. The corporate structure, like you said, 6 Cent says, what did she say? 401k is funded by the armaments manufacturers. Yeah. 13 companies, American companies, essentially are the Dow Jones. You see what I mean? So all you got to do is look at their early predictions, and you know where the day is going to go. You see what I mean? The entire stock market follows these 13 companies, and it's the same thing with the 401ks. You know, it's all wrapped up in armaments. So you know, it's no reason they don't technically have the same. They don't technically have the same motive for putting information out or being so diligent about the information they share. That's all I could say, basically.
With the FBI, and Minnesota is not allowed to investigate. It makes you question, what are they doing behind the scenes?
Great points, Pumps. Okay, moving along here, switching gears entirely. Israel has voted for the death penalty for...
Oh, right. Yeah. So that's another story. Yeah. Israel did vote for the death penalty for Palestinians. Hold on. Let me see what they said.
For Palestinians. Pop this up, Kylie. New York Times reports breaking news. Israel passed a law that allows for the hanging of Palestinians convicted of deadly attacks. Critics say it likely won't be applied to Jewish extremists convicted of similar crimes. Our friend Peter Twinklage reposts this with comment and says it's a genocidal apartheid state.
Yeah, basically it's apartheid state, and they're hanging people that they prosecute. And the prosecutions, how fair are the prosecutions? You know, so I mean, how fair are prosecutions in an apartheid state? Are they great? Are they, you know? Yeah, but in any case, let me see. Let's go on here. I want to go back now in time real quick and just review what I was doing on this topic a year ago. Let me see. Where is this at? Is this, should I actually, you know what I got to do? I see what I got to do. I got to pull that up here. Sorry. 2 seconds. Let me pull this up on the other screen and take it from there. 2 seconds. I just wanted to go do a little bit on this topic for folks before I go. But I appreciate the folks that did come out. Yeah, YouTube was all over me yesterday. I made a mistake in the title, and they was like, no matter how many people were in the chat, they were like, one person watching for 3 hours. All right, so let's see here. Let me pull this over. Is this happening? There we go. So let me come over to here now. And where is it at? Let's see what I was reporting on last year regarding this matter.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's see where we at.
FBI, yo, Kash Patel.
Okay,
Kash
was I on my phone when I was doing this one? Yeah, I was on my phone. Great. Okay, so here we go. Let's go.
He commits is one to sow division. So do not trust that these are normal times. And here's a sign that they're not normal times, because you've gotten used to it. Just a month ago, people already goddamn forgot who walked into town.
Yep. I sound totally different on my phone. You know, yeah, I don't know if you can hear the difference between the audio. This is me last year on my mobile phone doing the podcast here.
And you look at Vladimir Putin.
All right, so let me get to the Charlie Kirk part. Here we go. I believe it's up here. All right. Boom. Right. Okay. So because that's really what this was about. So here we go. Let's see.
So is it worth it? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's worth it. Gun deaths for the protection, but also his death for the protection of the Second Amendment.
Oh, right. That's what Charlie Kirk was saying. He was saying that the innocent people dead from gun violence in the U.S., it's worth it. It's worth it it's the price of gun rights, and it's worth it. That's what he said. So he went around preaching this like, come on. You think people are going to like that?
Is it worth it? Put a 1 in the chat if it's worth it. Put a 2 in the chat if it's not. Me, myself, I don't think it's worth it. But if a man lives that way and believes it himself, who the hell am I to stop his ass from dying of a gunshot? If he believes it's worth it. What the hell? I think that is ridiculous.
Oh, my God.
You're in the richest country on earth, and you're walking around like it's fucking Israel. You're walking around like someone's launching bombs at you. You're launching, and you're never going to use your gun to protect your country at all. Not ever. You will never do it. You will never use your gun to protect any constitutional right, because your constitutional rights are being stripped from you right in front of your goddamn eyes.
You know what I'm saying? Whoa, yo, I'm sorry. Last year I was on fire from my damn phone. I was on fire from my phone. It's like, I don't know what, it's the format. It's the format that changes everything. Damn. This is the first time I've actually gone back to last year when I was just doing this podcast on my phone. It's crazy. But yeah, let's keep listening, because just so folks can see what I said last year.
No. And a gun didn't protect this man. No. A gun didn't protect this man. And a gun didn't even protect the Second Amendment, because it's senseless, because a gun can't do that either. All of this, and this dude is totally wrong. He's equating any type of weapons to protect.
Somebody said I'm talking about constitutional rights being stripped away. You didn't hear what I said, my friend. Pay more attention. Don't judge me so harshly. Actually listen to what's being said, okay? And listen to the context, okay? What I said is you're not going to defend your country with your gun. You're not doing that. See, your country can be taken over by Russia, and you're not going to use your gun to do nothing about it. It can be taken over by an authoritarian, and you will shut the fuck up and sit down and do nothing. Trump can strip away your Fourth Amendment. You won't use a gun to stop it. He could attempt to strip away your First Amendment. You will shut the fuck up. You will use your gun for nothing. That was my point. That was the point. But, and it's true. You won't. And you haven't. You're going along with the plan. You saying, yeah, fuck the 14th Amendment. Yeah, we don't really need the First Amendment anymore. And yeah, the Second Amendment. He's even telling people you can't show up to a damn rally. You can't show up to a protest with your gun. That's what he's saying. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They will shoot you. Mike, whatever his name, Stephen Miller, is calling people terrorists to show up to rallies, demonstrations protected under the First Amendment right. If you show up with your gun, Stephen Miller calls you a terrorist. So that's what happened. That's the context of what's going on in the United States of America. What's the guy's name? Alex Preddy showed up to a demonstration. He had a legal firearm holstered, which he was not holding or even attempting to hold. They saw it while they were beating him up, right, to the ground, beating him violently to the ground. They removed his gun calmly from his holster and secured it. And then they shot him. How many times did they shoot him in the body? That's exactly what happened. They shot his ass, and he was legally carrying a firearm. So you put a 1 in the chat if Americans are allowed to show up to demonstrations with their firearms, with their legally registered firearms. Put a 1 in the chat if the law protects that in the United States of America. Put a 2 in the chat if the law does not protect that. Very simple. Very simple, you know. So that's what I said. So get it straight. Don't try to manipulate the context of this either, you know. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Americans should not be allowed to show up to rallies with their legally registered weapon. Put a 2 in the chat if they should. I mean, listen, sorry, but the law says you can. And just keep in mind, let's see. Look at Michael. He's are you an American, Michael? Michelle, probably not. I don't think Michael is an American. So let me just double take this. Let me just look at this and see what the account looks like, just for people to see. So his account goes back to 2023. And yeah, his account goes back to 2023. Yeah, so let me see here, just so people can see it. You can't see this right here. Let me see. Can you see it here? If I go like this? If I go to the big one, can you see it? Right, you can't see it here, but his account goes to 2023. I would encourage people to, I don't want to adjust the screen right now, but I would encourage people to check it out just so you can see. It's a couple of years old, this account. So, but in any case, back to the main portion of this video. Let's see here.
Protecting the Second Amendment. No, you're hurting the Second Amendment. When you have all types of crazy shit going on, you actually hurt the Second Amendment. And I'm telling you, Trump will be the president that you might actually see challenge the Second Amendment right in your face, because he's already challenged.
You see, that's exactly what I said. Trump would be the one to challenge the Second Amendment. And guess what? He did. Stephen Miller did challenge the Second Amendment. Yes, they did. Now they're trying to insert that you're not legally allowed to show up with your legally owned and registered firearm to a demonstration. That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what
you actually heard the second.
Listen, and I said this last year. This is last year. I don't know how many of you were with me when I was doing my podcast from my mobile phone. Yo, this is from last year. You see what I mean? Maybe 6 months ago. This is whenever this was. This is around the time Charlie Kirk got shot. When was that? When did Charlie Kirk get shot? Anybody know the time? And I said this back then. He's going to try to challenge people's Second Amendment right, because they're manipulators. You see, they will use a character like Charlie Kirk, right, to make you think they're pro-gun rights. But the truth of the matter is the billionaires don't want you to have gun rights. Let me break this down to you again, right? And everybody needs to share this part if you never heard this theory before. The billionaires in the United States of America, they have one problem. They can buy off the politicians. They can buy the TV off through legacy media. But there's one problem left. 350 million people that have the right to bear arms. The American citizens have more weapons. I'm just talking about the citizens, not the military. The citizens have more weapons than the citizenry of China and Russia put together. Yes, they do. And that is the billionaires' biggest problem in the United States of America. Now, they're not stupid. So they're not going to come out and make the argument that they're against gun rights. No, they're going to do everything else. They're going to cover it. They're going to cover it in layers to trick you out of it. And this is how they tricked it. They start off with a situation like Alex Preddy, by now trying to say, first, you can't have it in a demonstration, to see how many dumbass Americans go along with that. You know, just you see what I mean? That's how they trick you out of it. Then it's going to go to, you know, they're going to try to move it through the courts and things like that. And don't you know how dangerous it is to tell the American public they cannot bear arms at a demonstration? That is dangerous in itself. They've already now stopped part of your right, half of it, 50%. You see what I mean? Your right to organize. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just telling you. Like,
Second Amendment. And I'm telling you, Trump will be the president that you might actually see challenge the Second Amendment right in your face, because he's already challenged other constitutional rights, and you didn't say.
Okay. You need to renege that number two. Okay, I don't know, but you said one. You said number one, and that means you don't. You use it. You vote for number two now. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you get it now. Yeah, because these are some slick folks, man. I'm just telling you. But in any case, let's continue. Let's hear some more.
Shit about it. Actually, see.
And somebody said, hold on. Somebody said in the chat, let me just pay attention. I don't give a shit about America. I don't give a shit about you. How about that? Does that bother you? I care about my country because my relatives live in it. I care about the country I live in, Denmark, because my family lives in it too. Where do you live? Do you care about the place you live? What, you shit in the place you live? Is that what you do? You see what I'm saying? Like, get real. It's no need to be dramatic. It's okay to care even if you don't like what goes on. Okay? So
challenge the Second Amendment right in your face, because he's already challenged other constitutional rights, and you didn't say shit about it. At the end of the day, the Fourth Amendment is just another. I mean, the First Amendment. Damn, what am I talking about? The First and Second constitutional rights, right? Freedom of speech. You know, all of this stuff is constitutional law, but the very people who only see it for gun rights watch other constitutional laws go down the drain. Look, this is
exactly. That's exactly. They're tricked out of their other rights. They're stupid. In other words, it's the same thing as divide and conquer. Same theory. Put little people against each other that have differences of opinions. As long as they're little, make them fight each other. And it's the same thing. Make them fight and give up their constitutional rights by grossly misrepresenting one constitutional right, and then using that to try to say it's allowing illegals in the country and illegal this and illegal that. It's like, just like they're doing with birthright citizenship. Come on, listen, it's the same game. In the turn of the century, in the 1800s, late 1800s, when you saw this wave of immigrants come. What? Not even 1800s. What I'm talking about, 1900s. When you saw this wave of immigrants come from Europe, you know, due to war, poverty, and all of this stuff, there was not one requirement to get to be allowed in the country. There was not one requirement. When you saw that Statue of Liberty, there wasn't one requirement. Zero. You could just walk the fuck in. Now they're pretending so that was okay back then. You could be American just like that back then. Now it's not okay. You see what I mean? It's like, it makes no sense. But this is how they're going to trick people. I'm just saying.
This is crazy. Let me play this one more time.
Hey, how about Nip?
Cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year.
Yo, Barty says I don't hear much from Charlie Kirk anymore. Facts. That's true. Here, but this is some of his nonsense.
This is crazy. Let me play this one more time.
I think it's worth have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights.
I mean, he said that in a crude way. I don't agree. I do agree ultimately, but he's using the Second Amendment to stop you from having, from having realistic gun control. That's different. Gun rights and gun control are not the same thing. You know, gun control is not trying to take away your rights to have a gun. It's trying to make sure that people have it in a responsible way, right? So in other words, should kids be able to just have their gun, go to the store and buy one? Should, what's the limits that kids, you already got kids limited their rights to driving. You limit the rights to kids buying alcohol. You limit the rights to kids buying cigarettes. You limit the rights to kids in a lot of stuff. So should they have limits too? Should a mentally ill person be allowed to buy a automatic weapon? Should they be allowed to buy a gun? A mentally ill person. Shouldn't there be more checks and balances is what it's about. You see what I mean? Me myself, I'm for gun rights. But I'm for also meaningful and responsible legislation regarding gun rights. That's totally different.
It is a prudent deal.
It didn't protect him. It didn't.
Yeah, it didn't protect him though. That's worth noting. The gun rights ain't protect his ass at all. Like he got killed by someone. And I'm even curious where that gun, how he got a hold of that gun. Now, let me see here. I'm sorry if I see this black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Oh, can y'all see that? This is what Charlie Kirk was saying about that, right? If he sees a black pilot, he's going to be like, I hope he's qualified. Right. Why is he doing that? Why is he talking about that? And so, again, just like they misrepresent the Constitution, they're misrepresenting DEI. DEI is the same guy. It's just an extension of the Constitution. It's what you're supposed to be fucking doing. Didn't the Constitution say, hey, women should have the rights now? They didn't before. Let's do some DEI. Women's rights in the United States of America is diversity, equity, inclusion. African Americans being allowed to vote and own property after being denied for a century. That is diversity, equity, inclusion. And it shouldn't stop there, because there's loads of ways people were, women even today don't get paid the same for the same job. You see what I'm saying? So he sees things in a crude way. But let's just get to the part where they talking about shooting his ass. All right, let's see here. Sorry to say it that way, but that should be what this is about. Come on. Did they not shoot him? Hold on. Let me see something here. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe I got the wrong one. Are we here? Here we go. All right. Charlie Kirk. Boom. Shot. He wasn't shot because he was preaching hate. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Where is this here? Turning point. Okay, right. Here we go. Let me go back then. Okay. Was it a false flag? Ask Patel, cover up. Okay. Yeah, for those of you that haven't seen these for those of you that haven't seen these lives from last year, you should go see these lives. These are all on my mobile phone. These are crazy. Okay. I'm going to read you the titles. It's starting off with Ask Patel covers up elite must end now. Okay. Bigot Charlie Kirk removed by gunman. This, but is this a USA born? Okay, let's go to that one. Maybe that was the one I should be going to. It's several ways. This shit is hilarious. Did I not call this up or what? Oh my God, hold on. Did I not do the right one? Come on, man. What did I just do? Right, come on. False flag, is that it? It must be this one. So let's play. All right. I think it's this one, y'all.
As a result of this incident, the condition of Kirk, as of this hour, is currently.
Yeah, he's dead now. So, the guy's dead.
All right. So it's after that. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry for this. It's after that. So we got this one. Now it must be this one. Candace Owens. Yeah, it must be this one right here. Let's see here. Amps Holland. All right, so let me see. Here we go. Is this it right here? False. Erica Kirk's ass. Here we go. This ain't it. Let me go back then. Here we go. It's one of these, so it's not that. Is it this one? Oh, I think it's this one. Trump meets Putin. Charlie Kirk is done. Trump. Okay, I think it's this one. Maybe it's the alleged letter. Let's see here.
Then Charlie Kirk and the defendant noticed conviction.
Okay, no, it's not that
Mr.
one.
Robinson.
Let me go back. That's his hearing. One more time. Sorry about this, y'all. Just give me 1 second to get this right. Is it this one? Extrajudicial killings under Trump. Okay. Is it this one? I just want to get to the one where they show you this guy, how fucking slow his escape was. And I counted the seconds, and it is slow as hell. It must be this one. Let's see here. I think it is.
Pray. It's okay, son.
So she's saying she don't believe the daddy of the chief of staff. I mean, that's a direct allegation. She's accusing the guy of being part of a conspiracy. Basically.
He has wits about him. He was just directing. He had blood all over him.
He says Mikey had blood all over him, except Mikey did not have blood anywhere near him because Mikey was behind the tent when Charlie got shot, and Mikey, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. He puts his phone to his ear and he begins a conversation. So we decided to slow this clip down, and we're going to watch this clip slow down so you can see that it is.
I mean, that looks very strange to me. However, the bottom line is that Candace Owens is always in a rabbit hole. Do they always turn out right? No. You just on for another. All right, is this it right here? I think this is the Noli, the grassy knoll.
Should they be consulted?
Is this the grassy knoll? God damn. All
Weird.
right. Hold on.
Pretty
weird, just the way he walked off. I mean, if that is him, that's weird too. That's weird.
And he begins a conversation.
You see him? You see that dude right there? Hold on, let me just slow that down. There's the guy right there. He's walking with a phone in his ear. He's on the fucking phone, yo. That's damn sure not what I would be acting like if I heard bullet shots. No, I wouldn't be walking calmly with on the phone. Hey, mom, how you doing? Can I get some? I wouldn't be ordering a cheese steak and shit. Let me see here. Let's play it back.
He begins a conversation.
Oh, I would have already been the fuck about it. Yo, I would have been. You would have seen my ass fly by that screen so goddamn fast, right past his ass. I would have knocked his ass over. All right,
He's walking calm as hell.
Let me. Look at this. What the fuck? I mean, yo, tell me, is that the actual dude? Is it the actual dude? I mean, you just tell me. I don't have to believe shit. The truth comes to those that wait. You see what I'm saying? I'm not in a hurry to figure out what happened to Charlie Kirk. Yes, you can get hurt. There's a number of reasons why you wouldn't want to do what Charlie Kirk was doing. All right, let me see here. Let me flip over now to this video. I couldn't find the exact date that I did mine on, but let's just do this. Here's the video. Here's what happened, right? This is the actual video that I used to examine how long it took this guy to escape, right? So let's see here. Let me play it. See, now hold on. Now look, if you can see right here to the left, there's this building in the middle of the screen. How many of y'all can see that? There's a building in the middle of the screen, right? And to the left of the building, there's a figure standing right there, right? So let's just watch it from there. Here. You see that? You see the guy moving? Let's go back. Hold on. Let me start it from the beginning again. Here we go. Now look at you see him. You see, he just ran. You couldn't see that. Hold on. He just ran on the left side. So he already started running, but But you can, if you watch the building, when the building comes into the screen, you will see him just in the beginning of it. You will see him run behind the building on top of the roof, right? And I even counted how many seconds it took him to get there. It was a couple of seconds, you know. So just add 2 seconds. Let's say from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, so it's about 5 seconds really. So let's say 5 seconds to that point. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I mean, how many seconds is that? You know, this dude is still running. Do you know how many seconds? Now, hold on. No, let me go to 2 seconds. Let me go over to Gemini and ask, because I'm pretty sure they have the exact time. How many seconds did it take Charlie Kirk's killer to run after shooting? After shooting Kirk? How many seconds did it take him to run across the roof, come down off the roof, and get to the sidewalk? This is a lot of seconds here, actually. So I'm gonna let it play some more, and then I'll go from there. It says based you see that based on the surveillance footage and the court documents released by the FBI and Utah prosecutors, the suspect's movements immediately following the shooting were highly rapid and timed by investigators to show how he evaded immediate capture. Okay. Look, according to the official timeline and the 140 marker, 1 minute and 40 seconds of the CCTV footage released by. So look, the post-shooting timeline. Look at this. This guy's not that fast though. I'm just saying, the dude is. You can see it. The dude is not fucking moving. He's not running. He is not running. This dude, look, and he's walking down the street right here now. He's walking down the street. You can see him. He's walking all this time. This is crazy. You see, so here, let's go back. Even if you just count it from here, he's not going down there super fast. This dude is not, he's not evading nobody like this. Hold on. You can't see it, right? Sorry about that. He's not really evading anyone. This guy is no Superman, yo. This guy is no Superman. Let me take it back. See? Boom. See? Boom. He ain't that fucking fast. Boom. Now he's at the corner. Now he's jumping down. This is him jumping down. I mean, this guy is not getting anywhere fast. He's running, but this is in real time. This is real time. This is his actual speed. You see? So it said, okay, initial run across the roof took 15 to 18 seconds, right? Okay, to rise from the prone position, gathering his gear and sprinting across the roof took 15 to 18 seconds. The exit off the roof at the 18 second mark, right? That's when the exit, what you're seeing right there, that happened when he starts to hit the corner to hop down. That's 18 seconds, right? Let's see here. Of the FBI released video, the suspect is seen reaching the edge of the roof, hanging briefly and dropping down at the 18-second mark. Getting to the sidewalk. After landing, the suspect was captured on secondary surveillance footage, sprinting away from the building and reaching the adjacent sidewalk public area within roughly 30 seconds of the initial shot. So right there, let me see. Yeah, so they say total time is 30 seconds. Now look, the suspect utilized the north corner of the Lucy Center because the ground level is higher, therefore making the drop significantly shorter and allowing for a faster escape into the surrounding neighborhood. Okay. Investigators noted that the total duration of the specific CCTV clip released during the manhunt was 1 minute and 40 seconds, which tracked him from roof until he disappeared into the wooded area near the campus where the rifle was later recovered. So there you have it. So his entire escape off of the campus. He's on the campus for 1 minute and 40 seconds. You see what I mean? And as you can clearly see, let me go back for a second. As you can clearly see right here, he is well within the campus. He's well inside of this campus. This is one campus building. So where were the police on this side of the campus is the question. If there was one police officer just out here on this side, right? This dude would be captured. He would have been captured. You see? I just find that so strange. I find this does not seem like a professional shooting at all. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it just doesn't look like it. This guy, he may have been practicing to use guns his whole life and all of this. But look, it's one thing to practice in an environment where it's not real. There's not a necessity of escaping. It's another thing to do it. You see what I mean? And escape, right? That requires some real training, I think. If you want to do something like this and escape, I think it requires. Now, even the DC sniper, the guy who went around with Malvo, the young kid, shooting people for like a damn month. They couldn't figure out who it was. He was terrorizing the DC metropolitan area, Virginia and Maryland, the outskirts areas. It took them forever to figure out who it was. But this guy was trained in the Marine. He was trained. He's older. He's an adult. He's a dude twice this little kid's age. This guy's just 22, man. Look at this. This is a campus camera. He's on campus. That sidewalk is campus sidewalk. So that means the whole back of this shit, the whole back of the campus was just unguarded. There was no guard. There was nothing guarded there, and that is, to me, that is just hella strange. I can't understand that myself. I can't understand it. And again, the person that they're protecting is going around the country. It is probably the most popular right-wing podcaster at that moment, who has loads of people who love him and loads of people who hate him. And he's going around saying things like, if I get on a plane and I see a black a pilot, I'm going to say, shit, does he, I'm going to wonder if I'm going to die. He's, of course he didn't say that verbatim, but I'm just saying he's pointing out issues about minorities, targeting women, targeting everything, religious people, you know what I mean? And you go around the country and you don't expect to have better security than that. Listen, his personal security might have been there, but their job when he shows up, before he even shows up, is to find out what security, how is the university going to secure this place? And I'm sorry, that guy should not have been at that university if that is the best they could do for him. Because that's nothing. That is just like saying, let's have a fucking concert and just, no police outside, nobody outside, no fight's going to happen, no danger going to happen, no shooting's going to happen, nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I just think this is just a crock of shit, to be honest. But in any case, I wanted to illustrate that real quick. And let me go back now to find out what else happened here with Charlie Kirk. 2 seconds. I want to make sure I don't miss something here. Yeah, I appreciate everybody. Click the like button. I'm going to get out of here, but I just wanted to cover this real quick because I didn't get a chance to do this in my normal stream that normally happens at 0300 hours in the midnight, wee hours in the morning in the U.S. right? So let me just see what else I got here. That was, who was that? Was that IHIP? Okay. So here, let me see. Oh, right. I did that one. Did I do it all? Was there one I missed? Let me see here. Right. And just to illustrate just how bizarre this really was, going back to Erica Kirk, right? And how strange her thing was with Trump. Here, check this out. This is how she reacted after, so the whole goddamn thing was weird. But here, let's see.
Could I ask Erica, please come out? Erica, please come out. Thank you.
Man, Trump is like lusting for her, boy. She looks sad, but here's the thing. It's obvious that this is more about politics than it is anything else. It's obvious that, and we know how they played the scenario. What they do is they try to make it seem like it's a leftist. Most of these people are not leftists, to be honest with you. They might be a little different. Look at Peter Thiel. He's a right-wing conservative. Does he like men? And has he been alleged to like men in the bed? Yes. So he's not your Christian blah blah blah. He is Christian right wing crazy, maybe Nazi type, but he just happens to get down with allegedly men instead of women, right? Or a switch hitter, whichever one, right? But he doesn't even deny it. Now, then this kid who shot at Charlie Kirk. He grew up in a Trump family. He grew up in a Republican family. He grew up in a Trump town. His family are staunch Trump supporters. He was raised to learn how to pow pow, like straight up. That's not typical liberal at all. That's way different. Liberals believe in gun rights, but they don't typically practice every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? They don't typically get, they're not. They're not like this when they 12 years old, like practicing on a range and shit, liberal, But so this guy was really pretty much right wing. And the only difference was that they said he was maybe LGBTQ or into trans men or had a trans boyfriend. I don't know what the story is behind that, but it sounds like it's probably true. And it could be that was his motive. But it doesn't mean just because he's into trans men, it doesn't mean that he's not a Republican. It doesn't mean he's otherwise isn't right wing, right? It doesn't mean that he doesn't hate immigrants. It doesn't mean that he doesn't agree with all the other right wing policies of MAGA. It doesn't mean that. The guy in Pennsylvania, they got him with a Trump sign in his fucking yard. You know what I'm saying? The picture of him, the dude who they say took a shot at Trump. He's not a typical, if he's a liberal, he ain't no typical liberal, right? But he was a Trump supporter at one time, but he's young. You know what I'm saying? And this guy was young. Now look at this is what a lot of them have in common, youth, right? Now, instead of drawing that line, they don't draw that line. They just want to know, is it right wing or left wing? But Charlie Kirk's, this guy allegedly who killed Charlie Kirk, they masked him very quickly as a lefty, when really everything else is a righty, about him. Now, when you go over to the last shooting, the guy who went with the shotgun to Mar-a-Lago, he was a Trump supporter. He said he said everything that pissed him off about Trump. He said Trump promised to bring prices down. He didn't. He was angry about that. He had an issue at his job where he was trying to get people, because he couldn't afford to move out of his parents' home with a full-time job. He tried to get people to sign up at his work with a union at a golf club, everybody to unionize. Nobody was supported there. That's also anti-liberal shit right there when they don't support unions, right? Liberals are for unions. Democrats are for unions, allegedly, but I'm not talking about the politicians, but the general consensus is pro-union, pro-fair wage, right? The guy named Trump as he was even pissed off about the war, right? Supporting Israel. The dude grabbed his damn gun and went to Mar-a-Lago to try to kill Trump. That was a MAGA supporter too. So this environment, that's the environment that all of this is taking place in. You can't change it. You can't pretend it. You can't get out of it. It is what it is. That's the background of this. So when you see things like this and how they politicize it, right? How they try to take, use it for political points, but they're not really concerned about the whole story. It just makes you wonder, is it really this guy who shot Charlie Kirk? It makes you wonder. When legacy media doesn't research, as soon as they catch the guy, there's no more cover stories about it. When was the last time you heard a story about the young guy who took a shot at Trump in Mar-a-Lago? When was the last time you heard a cover story, a background story about the guy in Pennsylvania? It just stopped. He just is not in the media. It disappeared. They stopped learning new things about him, even though when the media covered him, they were still trying to find out. Well, the finding out stopped. Charlie Kirk, the media stopped covering Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, a killer, when he was arrested. They just said, forget it. It's not an interesting story anymore. I'm just saying.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, and good luck. God be with you. Thank you.
Erica Kirk is
People are saying she ain't sad. People are saying she's not genuinely sad. Like straight up. That's what people are saying. And I can't make it up. This is what they said. And if they said something different, I wouldn't say that I would say something different too. I wouldn't continue to say what people are saying. This is what people are saying. Peep this. Look.
officially taking legal action on Drewski because of his most recent skit. So I'm sure all of you saw recently Drewski uploaded a skit that was basically poking fun of and mocking Erica Kirk. And while Erica Kirk was not too happy about that skit at all, and Drewski announced that he actually received a cease and desist from Erica Kirk. So there's a very good chance that Drewski is going to be sued by Erica Kirk because of his most recent skit. And I'm curious to know your thoughts about all this. Erica Kirk.
Right. So he did.
Erica Kirk is officially taking legal action on Drewski because of his most recent skit. So I'm sure all of you saw
the damn skit. Maybe they probably pulled this shit off the internet already. So let's see here. Let's see if it if they still have any bits of it up. 2 seconds here, and then I'm out of here. Just to do justice to this. Let's see.
Producers.
Okay. Is it not here? Let me see if I can find it. 2 seconds. Yeah. So I appreciate everybody for showing out. Click the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Yesterday, my Cash Patel view. And go back 2 streams before and check out the Cash Patel video. YouTube blocked me when I used this dude's name, like straight up. It was loads of people in the chat, and YouTube, it just said one person the whole time it was playing. So to podcasters out there, you know what I'm talking about. Like YouTube is not playing around. So in any case, check that video out because I covered a lot of the stuff that they're talking about with Kash Patel, his connection or his activity in Russian chats before he became the FBI director, his username and password to his alleged usage on some porn company site for what is it called, X or something like that, where he had a username and passcode. It's like username and passcode. Damn, dude. So he was in there chatting it up and talking. You know what I'm saying? He was communicating. Okay. And and other things connected to Kash Patel that basically show, yo, this guy is compromised. He had another account allegedly. I'm just saying allegedly because I don't want to get sued, but another account under the same username, right, that people are saying is pretty much Kash Patel. And they're saying the FBI is not denying any of this stuff. That's what's crazy about it. That had an American flag in one of his profiles, right? And this is before he became the FBI director. I'm just saying, this is some really strange shit. So let me go and see if I can find this Drewski clip.
Days of silence.
Oh, let me here. I will go. Let me see if we can bring it up. I don't want to get any copyright strikes. So let me go to the part where the Drewski thing is right here, right? This is some fucking shit.
Whiteface, where he is dressed up as Charlie Kirk. And now somehow people are mad at this. And Drewski's response so far is hilarious. So just a few hours ago, Drewski just posted this video where he is dressed up as Erica Kirk, where Drewski goes full whiteface, is dancing around on stage with sparklers and fireworks. He is out here going to Pilates classes, Starbucks, and even more insaner, he does the signature Erica Kirk face. And honestly, I couldn't even tell that this was Drewski for the first time that I watched the video, because his makeup artists literally do a more better job than almost anyone in Hollywood. But now even more worse, or people are more madder at Drewski for doing this than ever. Even more madder than when they were mad at him for the NASCAR whiteface thing, and saying that it's extremely disrespectful to do this to a grieving wife. And even though his caption was conservative women be like, it definitely seemed targeted, and that no doubt Erica Kirk will clap back. And now people are saying that they want Erica Kirk to do.
All right, so she is clapping back and she's going to sue his ass. But why don't I see the original clip? That's what I want to see. I think they took the Drewski clip off, or they're trying to ban it. But she's talking some shit about white women or white men. Yeah, this is the clip. Okay. Is it this one, man? Oh my God. Whoa. Damn, he's trolling her like that? What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up.
We are all his children. But when I say children, I mean like the holy blessed Trinity, which is why I hold the Bible.
7. Oh.
And that is why we say our prayers. We are all his children.
All right, y'all. I'm out of this piece, man. This is crazy. I mean, it is crazy. This is what the world is. This is what we got to watch. I mean, people hate. Listen, I'm just curious. If you like Erica Kirk, or let's just say if you're a Trump supporter, put a 1 in the chat. If you hate fucking Donald J. Trump, put a 2 in the chat. I'm putting a 2. I hate his fucking ass. Yeah, and I'm just curious. Now, I usually keep the chat open as long as people are, keep the language non-cursing. I'm allowed to curse, but I don't curse that vulgar. I just use the MF word, and that's it. I don't go too far beyond that. A couple of times I lost my mind though, because I have some chats that nobody else can see that get blocked to the public, and some of the things can but that I'm pretty good at, not doing that anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I try to leave the chat open so we can have some difference of opinion. It's okay to disagree, but I mean, I just think that I just want it to be within the realms of language realms of okay for the podcast. I don't want to attack people because of their background, their sexuality, their race, their religion, their nationality, none of that. I'm not with that. So that's the only time where I really try to get concerned about how people express themselves. You don't have to agree with me and you don't have to agree with my politics. However, I have health care. I'm an American citizen, born and raised in Washington, D.C. Family, both sides of my family goes back to the colonial period. But as a grown ass man, I live in Copenhagen, Denmark. And in Denmark, everyone has health care. Everybody. Universal health care is in Denmark. Universal education is in Denmark. This is what taxes, along with a lot of other things, go to. Is Denmark a socialist country? No. Denmark is a capitalist country that has universal health care and universal education. Is Norway a socialist country? No. Norway is a capitalist country that has universal health care and universal education. It's just about how you decide you want to use your tax dollars. And if you decide your tax dollars in a capitalist country should guarantee everyone the right to have health care, that's not socialism. That's a democracy. OK, that has nothing to do with socialism. That has everything to do with a democracy. OK, people voted that's how the tax dollars can be used. And the same thing with everything else. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. Let me see. Drewski had trolled several different people. Yeah, I think I'm going to start following him. I do follow certain people that I don't cover. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, on the comedy tip, because you need to be able to laugh, y'all. You got to be able to laugh. We got to get some laughs out of our day. That's healthy to get some laughs. Hopefully not at the expense of other people too much. But I could tell you, one of the people that I watch a lot of on my Facebook account and YouTube, when whichever one I'm scrolling through, is a guy. I think his name is Daryl Vega. Daryl Vega, the Nigerian American, the Nigerian dude living in the U.S. that is playing this. His character is the typical, I guess you could say, fool character. He's playing the fool who doesn't get anything, but he's joking. Obviously, that's the whole point of it. And dude is lighting up the internet. I would suggest everybody go to him. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you something, and then you decide for yourself. This dude is crazy. I mean, but he's got 1 million clips, probably more than 1 million clips. He's got millions of followers. And when I need some laughs and I want to listen to some simple-minded shit, Daryl Vega, that's what I watch. That's one of the things I watch. So you could check him out if you want for some laughs. Let me see here. Where's this at? Do I have a Daryl Vega clip? This is his account, right? This is his account. And let me, yeah, here we go. I'll put this out. I'll play this one and then we out. Hope I don't get, violate him. But this is Daryl Vega's shit right here. So here we go.
2 things.
Okay.
Your wife, your mother-in-law, your dog, or $20 million? That's not the question.
Dog and $20 million.
No husband?
No.
Or mother-in-law?
No.
Why?
I don't need a man.
Girl.
Yes, ma'am.
So I will take the 20 million and then
This is him.
Maybe and then the $700 under my bed. So I'll take the 20 and my 700 because I can't leave the 700 to burn now.
What about your wife, your dog, or your mother-in-law?
My wife. With 20 million, you can have a wife in every jurisdiction. So every area code, you can have one everywhere. One in New York, one in Los Angeles, one in here, even in Atlanta. You can have one in like DeKalb County, in Fulton County. With 20 million, I have. So
your house is on fire, and you're going to say 2 things.
Okay.
Your wife, your mother-in-law, your dog, or $20
All right,
million.
so there you go, y'all. I'm out of this piece. I will catch you all later. I just needed that little laugh right there. Yeah, I wish everybody a good end to your day. I will catch you all in approximately, what is it, about 14, 15 hours at 0300 Eastern Standard Time, USA. All right. So, yeah, but in any case, I'll be back at y'all. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Peace. Fuck Donald J. Trump. Right. Yeah. Release the Epstein files. Yeah. Free the USA. Peace.
I just want
to love. Love the way you love. See ya. Love the way I love. I love you. I just want to love. Love the way you love. I love the way I love you. You my TRL, I'm looking at you. The look in my eye, you can tell that I wanna know you, better yet show you that I treat you right, this I owe ya. The feelings I feel are not obscene. It's no secret I'll go in public and scream. I'll LOV you, my baby girl. The feeling's so true, we can make our own world. We were made for each other, I feel like you love. We had a child, we be father and mother. There ain't no other I'd rather spend my time with. This love can endure anything that splits. If it wasn't legit, you wouldn't hear it. I could never be confused by your spirit. We just take it still a roll because we both know what we do. I'm in LOV with you. I just want to love, baby girl. Love the way you love. Love me. Love the way I love. I love you. I just want to. Hey. I want to love. Oh, love the way you love. Love me. The way I love you. I love you, girl. Just relax, 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 just relax. Hold your hand when we in town. Protect this love, even in the underground. Joy to God eating brunch on a blanket. This God that granted us these days, I thank it. It's no wonder why I'm comfortable with you. It's all the simple things for me that you do. When you rub my back, it's feeling so nice. Much more than reunion and ice. It's about the kindness I can see in your face, and the way it's at the right time and place. No other woman I'd rather spend my time with. This love is so fresh I can taste. I just want to love. Love the way you love. Love the way I love. I love you. I just want to love. Love the way you love. It's about you. Love the way I love you. I love you. Just relax. 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 LOV you. My GRL. What? It's like that.